Hi, I'm Kiely, and welcome back to the Big Orange Couch. Today we're on the Big Orange Couch with Klingler. Kathy is the CMO of Santander. Welcome to the Big Orange Couch, Kathy.
Thank you, Kathy. Happy to be here.
You did a great presentation. That was really fun. Just for the viewers, to put it in very simple terms, you went from being Sovereign Bank here, a warm, cozy, pretty well-known bank in the area, to walking into work one day and becoming Santander, the #1 largest retail bank in the world. It's almost mission impossible, but you did such a great job of putting it in order and getting it done. Talk a little bit about where do you start?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us the starting point was, what was it going to mean to become Santander when we entered the market on October 17th, and everybody has their own definition of rebranding. I mean, some people think it's you're changing a logo or a tagline or your signs, but for us it was about introducing this new bank. So that was a starting point for us, and what did that mean? Which is, so that made it a bigger project than maybe something I've done in the past. So we needed to define what it was going to be, and then there was a huge governance. I can't sort of emphasize this enough, that it required coordination of hundreds of people all over the bank towards this common day of October 17th, and multiple working streams, multiple projects all converging on this moment. So for us, it was having executive leadership. It was having these work streams put in place around the new website we wanted to launch, the ATMs we were going to launch, the marketing we were going to launch, the everything, and having leaders and having teams and them all understanding what their role was and how we were going to come together.
So it really is a trickle-down effect. So people think, a name change, and they imagine you're just hanging new signage.
Yeah.
But it trickles down through everything from your website to how employees think about their new company that they're working for.
Everything.
How do you engage employees in this kind of a process?
There wasn't any one thing that we did. We set up our own rebranding internal website that was like a place where they could go and get information. We continually put FAQs out there, all the information on timelines, documents that they could use, scripts they would use on how they would introduce themselves to their customers in the future. Like everything around the rebrand was put into this website to help engage them. Team members were instrumental in helping us understand the brand. Could we deliver on the brand? Did they feel it was viable? And we took a lot of those insights to help us refine how we were going to approach it, help us understand what training they needed to be successful. So a lot of that happened leading up to the actual day. And then 2 weeks before, we actually felt that we needed to get face-to-face with our team members, that emails and internet sites, and that wasn't going to be enough, that if they were really going to be on board, we needed a face-to-face conversation with them. So our CEO and our entire executive team went on a road trip all across our footprint. We did 5 town hall meetings in a 1-week period, which was 2 weeks before we were launching. So it was, you can imagine everything going on. We said, everybody stop, we're getting on a bus, and we're all going to these locations. And we reached 5,000 of our 9,000 team members. We filmed everything, and it was an incredible experience. I mean, it was, imagine a 1,000-person convention center. They walked in, and it was a blank room with the executives talking about the business and the strategy and the brand, and they walked out into a completely different experience with all the advertising, all the marketing, all the media, the new products we were going to launch. And I really think that was a turning point for us, where our team members really became so much more engaged and understood their role in delivering the brand to the market.
So you literally painted the town red in New York. Talk a little bit about the day that the signs came down and the new signs went up. And
so October 17th of last year was the day that the official rebrand was happening, and it was important to us to launch across our entire footprint. There was a lot of conversation about that. So the official unveiling with our chairman, Amelia Bottine, happened in Herald Square at our Herald Square branch. But we had unveilings in Boston, Rhode Island, Philadelphia, Reading, and unveilings at many of our corporate offices. We wanted to make this impactful for all of our team members and all of our customers. So we did paint the town red all over our footprint.
During your presentation, one of the things that stirred some good conversation was you launched with Extra 20 checking.
Yes.
And you wanted to move the needle on awareness, and you wanted to do it in an impactful way, so you got Bobby De Niro signed on as, not a spokesperson, but to be in the commercials.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that process. It sounded like it was an arduous, long process.
Yes, you're correct. When we launched the brand, we approached it as this, what we call the 1-2 punch. We first wanted to come out into the market and just introduce ourselves and introduce the bank for your ideas and make it relevant in consumers' minds. 2 weeks later, we launched Extra 20 Checking, which is our innovative checking account product. And that product was conceived through lots of conversations with customers. And it was important to us, we felt it was going to be important to have a celebrity associated with the product, just to sort of gain additional awareness around it. So we did have a huge list of celebrities, but Robert De Niro was at the top of our list when we looked at the criteria for us. It was about having someone with a great reputation, a household name, very American, very likable, with young, old men, women, and he was at the top of the chart. But he was somebody, he's only done about 2 commercials in his entire career. So he was not somebody that, believes necessarily in commercials or endorsements. So there was a lot of conversations back and forth with him. And the one thing I can say was that he was very collaborative in it. He changed scripts, he on the fly, as any great actor would do, refined it and made the messaging better. He's an extremely talented individual that was, once he got on board, he was very committed to making it a successful commercial. And when you watch the commercial, it's almost like watching part of a movie clip because he's just so fantastic.
So now how do you keep this momentum going?
We knew starting from a point of zero that it wasn't as if you can run some messages and that's it, everybody knows you and instantaneously have credibility. So for us, it is a continuation of the strategy that we started on October 17th. We envisioned it happening throughout this entire year, and it's a continuation using all the different media assets that we have available to us, offline, online, PR, sponsorships. Everything is going to come into play, and we're going to leverage all of those different channels to sort of continue to tell our story and to build credibility and relationships with our customers.
Thank you for joining us on the Big Orange Couch.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Kathy.
Alrighty. And thank you for joining us as well, and we'll see you again soon.